This video from Robb Armstrong is sponsored by nobody. What is up? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I got another subscriber question, right? And it is referring to my Princeton Carbon Works. So I'm talking Princeton Carbon Works throughout this video, right? And the question is, wait, real quick. Admin notes, right? Have you seen the new zip wheels with the TPMS sensors built into them? If you haven't seen them, check them out. It's some very interesting tech, right? Number two, Shimano, true wireless 13 speed. Have you seen the video? I'm gonna put the video in the description below, right? It's not my video, it's just something I've seen on the internet. It looks very, very interesting. Shimano has basically put out a patent for this, but I don't know if it's coming out or not, but it looks hella dope. It's super, super interesting. Check out the video about that. Also, if you are liking the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Very much appreciated. Last note, right? If you are sending me DMs on Instagram, don't, right? And I say don't because I answer all DMs the same way. I basically say, hey man, I really appreciate it. Drop the comment on the channel. The reason why I say that is because I get a lot of DMs, I get a lot of questions, and a lot of it's the same question, bro. If you drop it on the channel and I answer it, it's going to serve a bigger purpose than an individual purpose. Hopefully you understand that. If not, I'm sorry. But if you want to send me a DM, I'm just going to tell you, drop the comment on the channel. All right. Anyway, get into it. The question was, it says excellent video and very informative, talking about the last video when I was talking about the wheel depths, right? And it says, are you still liking your Princeton Carbon Work Peak 4550s? I watched your initial review on the wheels, and I was just kind of wondering, what's like the long-term review on it? That is an excellent question, right? Bottom line up front, I am loving the Princeton Carbon Works 4550s. I've had that wheel for about 8 months or so. I've done a couple videos about that wheel on the channel. One was like talking about why I picked that wheel, the setup and configuration I got. Another one was like the unboxing of the wheel, showing you in depth of the wheel, talking about the hubs that I chose, and actually setting the wheel up tubeless with the sealant in the tire, all that stuff. And I did another video just letting people hear the Freehub, because I have the Tactic TR1 hubs on there, which is like the best hub that Princeton Carbon offers for their wheel packages, right? So the Princeton Works, it's a good wheel, man. It's a good wheel. Also, when I responded to that individual's question, I told him I was going to make a video about it, but I also told him that is the best rolling wheel that I have. And he was kind of surprised, like, wow, you had a couple wheels and the Princeton Carbon Works is the best rolling wheel. Yes, it's the best rolling wheel. I'm going to go more into depth about talking about how the wheel rolls. And this isn't like no scientific data. It's all bro science, bro. I'm just telling you basically from my personal experience, having the wheel, riding the wheel, and just off of other things that I have written, and just try to give you a thorough explanation of how I came to that conclusion, right? Now, I will say this. The Princeton Carbon Works is my best rolling wheel, but it isn't my most favorite wheel to ride. My most favorite wheel to ride is the MV7H, bro. It's the sound it makes, and it's freaking fast, bro. It's freaking fast. The MV7.8, it's a fast wheel. When I say sound, I'm not talking about Freehub. I'm talking about the actual sound of the wheel from the depth that it is, right? Jumping more into the Princeton Carbon Works, right? The Princeton Carbon Works is crazy freaking expensive, bro. It is the most expensive wheel that I've ever purchased, and it's not even close. If you know, you know. If you don't know, jump on Princeton Carbon's website. You can see how much those wheels cost with the TR1, with the Tactic hub, right? The TR1s. There's a reason why I went with the Tactic Racing hub, right? And I talk about that in that other video, so you can watch that. But the bottom line up front, I wanted the best product for what I was getting, and I wanted the best weight, and it kind of took care of all of that. Do I have any buyer's remorse from my purchase with the Princetons? No, no buyer's remorse. And keep it real, I'd probably do it again, man. I'd probably do it again. Now, do I have any like buyer's regret from the Princeton Works? And I do. I got one regret, right? And I know you say buyer's remorse and then buyer's regret, but it's kind of different. I'm explaining that. No buyer's remorse. Like I feel like I didn't get what I paid for. I definitely feel like I got what I paid for. But the buyer's remorse is sometime I wish I would have got the deeper ones, the 6560s, right? And I didn't feel like that. I never felt like that when I was riding any of my other wheels. When I was riding like my RSL wheels, my DT Swiss wheels, my Fast Forward wheels, when I was riding any of those wheels, I never thought about the Princeton Carbon Works, how would they be in a deeper depth. It wasn't until after I got the MV7H. The MV7H just really changed my life, bro. It changed my life. It just opened up my mind to a different perspective for a deeper set of wheels and a deeper appreciation for, I want to say something like a premium depth wheel. But after riding the MV7H and getting used to that, I was like, dang, I wonder what the Princetons would have been like if I would have got, the 6560s. But also one of the reasons I got the 4550s because I was, trying to be underweight because I was really chasing grams on my Factor Austral van build. So I don't feel too bad about it because I got what I wanted for that bike. If I would have got the 6560s, yeah, I would know what it's like riding a deeper Princeton Carbon, but it probably would have put me over the weight that I wanted to be for my Factor Austral Vam. So it's kind of like a toss up, and like I'm kind of on the fence about getting another set of Princeton Carbon wheels, man. No lie, bro. I really want to know what those 6560s are about, right? Now, getting deeper to the Princeton Carbon wheels, right? Because this is going to get really interesting right here. The real question is the Princeton Carbon wheel the truth because of the carbon in the brand? Or is it the truth because of the hub, right? When you go on Princeton Carbon's website and you are purchasing the wheel, they got a bunch of different hub configurations. They got like the industry 9 joint, you got the DT Swiss, like the 240, the 180s, and you got the Tactic Racing. There's two Tactic Racing. I think there's the TR2 and the TR1, but the TR1 is the one that you want if you want the lightweight and the different engagement system and all that other stuff, right? And when I was ordering my Princeton Carbons, I was really close to getting the industry 9 joints because the hub sounds good, like the actual Freehub body sounds good, and the price is a whole lot cheaper than the Tactic hubs, right? And I ordered my wheels through GC Performance, right? I called them up and I was talking to Grant, and I had a couple questions about hubs and different configurations, and he pretty much eased my mind to go ahead and just get the Tactic ones. That's just what I want. And I'm glad I did, right? Because when I released my Princeton Carbon Works video talking about the wheels, when I first talked about me getting them and the configuration somebody hit me up. It's another YouTuber. I forget what his name is, but I'm going to find a video and drop it because he hit me up and he was like, yo, which hub did you get? And I was like, I got the Tactic Racing one. And he was like, oh, that's a good thing you did because a lot of people go with that. I think is it the white industry or the industry 9? I'll put it on the screen. But he had a set of Princeton Carbon wheels that he tested. And he had like all the scientific data and all that. And there was something about that cheaper hub. It was not reliable. It was not good. It was like dragging. It was making some marring. And he's got it all on video. It's very in-depth. And after I watched his video, I was like, damn, I'm really glad that I got the Tactic Racing one. If I would have got the hub that he had on my Princeton Carbons, I'm not gonna lie, I'd have been low-key pissed about it. And even if I would have expected my hub and it didn't look like his, I would have just been worried about the lifespan of the wheel with that hub based off what he showed from that video. But like I said, the video's in the description. You can check it out and watch it and see for yourself. But I probably wouldn't recommend that, right? Now, like I said, back to the point I was making, is it the carbon that Princeton Carbon Works use, or is the hub? Because I got the TR1 hubs, right? When I say that the Princeton Carbon Works is the best rolling wheel I have, those wheels just roll, bro. And the way I can explain it is, imagine you have like roller skates, right? You got roller skates where there's two wheels in front, two wheels in back, and then you got like a roller blade. In my opinion, I feel like a roller blade kind of tracks more and it kind of glides more than a roller skate would, right? And then when you talk about doing like some turning and everything like that, I feel like you have a little more the blade is a little more agile in my opinion, right? But the difference between like take like a roller blade and then take like an ice skate. If you ever been rollerblading and then been ice skating is totally different. And when you're ice skating and you're standing up straight and you're on the ice and just rolling, it feels like you're just gliding on the ice. That's what it feels like when I'm on the Princeton wheels. It just feels like I'm just gliding. Like it's just effortless effort. And I got a couple buddies that got some Princeton Carbon Works too, and we've had conversations about them. And I said, hey man, how does your wheel roll? They all say the same thing, man. They all say it just kind of rolls. And I'm like, damn, is it rolling because like the carbon, the way the spokes is laced, or is it because of the hub? And all my buddies I talked to, we all got the Tactic Racing hub. So I'm like, damn, is it the hub? Is it the Princeton Carbon Works, or is it the whole system, right? Now, the Tactic Racing hub is such a special hub, and I really like the way the engagement is. I like the weight of it. I like the way it looks. It's a really dope hub. I've considered buying just the hub, right? And maybe upgrading another set of wheels. I want to say that Tactic Racing hubs is like 1,300 bucks. And if you do not know what makes this hub special, Tactic Racing has a video where he's kind of taking the hub apart and showing you how the engagement is and everything. I might sprinkle a little bit of their footage in there so you can kind of see. Same thing. I'll put that video in the list so you can go watch that video. But the test would be get another set of Princeton carbons that does not have a Tactic hub and see how it rolls, or get a Tactic hub and then put it on another set of wheels and see how it rolls, right? The cheapest part of this experiment is just getting another hub. And for me, I'm really considering getting a Tactic Racing hub and then putting it on my Envy 7/8, man. Get that wheel relaced with that Tactic hub, and dude, that's going to be crazy to have that hub on there. It's going to save some grams, and if it rolls even better, that's going to be nasty. Because right now my MV7/8 has the DT Swiss 240 hub on there, and that's a bomb-proof hub, man. That's a great hub. It rolls. I think the only thing I did with that wheel, I want to say I upgraded the Star Ratchet system to like, I want to say a 56. I have a 60 tooth, but I know I didn't put the 60. I want to say I upgraded to the 56. But the DT Swiss 240 rolls. I would love to get a Tactic Racing hub and then get my MV7/8s relaced with that Tactic Racing hub. That would be a nice test to compare those two wheels to see how does the MV7/8 roll with the Tactic hub versus the Princeton Carbon wheel with the Tactic hub. Now, if there's a big difference, then I know it's the complete package of the Princeton Carbon that makes it the truth. I guess my question is, for people that have the Princeton Carbon Works wheels that don't have the Tactic hub, how would you describe the rolling sensation that you get? You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know. How would you describe that? Because I'm like I said, I really want to know, is it the Carbon Works package, or is it that hub that's really doing all the heavy lifting and getting you that roll that you want, you know? And as far as tire selection, uh the MVs versus the Princeton Carbons, I ran them both the same way. Like I said, I rolled 32s. I've had the Corsa Pro 32s on the Princetons first, and I had the GP 5000s on the MV7/8s first, and then I swapped. Not the exact tire, but you know, just a new set of tires, because now I've been having the GP 5000 32s STRs on the Princeton Carbons for a while now, and I got the MV7/8s with the Victoria Corsa Pro 32s on there now. So as far as like that rolling sensation, I don't really see too much of a difference. Like switching the tire, is mostly just like I said. I think it might be the hub, man. Am I still liking the Princeton Carbons? Yes, I am still liking the Princeton Carbon Works wheels. I think it's an excellent purchase. The cost of entry is freaking crazy. You can go a cheaper route depending on the hub that you get, but my personal recommendation, if you're gonna get the wheel, bro, just go all out, man. Get you the Tactic Racing hub, man. Buy once, cry once, and be done with it, man. And then, you know, for real, there's a lot of people selling used Princeton Carbon Works wheels, man. I see them on eBay all the time for like, I see them with the Tactic Racing hubs for about 2,500, and every once in a while I see them for around maybe like 2,000. Sometimes I see them for about 1,800, but not with the Tactic Racing hub. They usually have like the DT Swiss 240 hub on there. And a couple times I see them with that I think it's the White Industry or the Industry 9 hub. But like I said, from that video that old buddy made, I probably wouldn't go with that hub. That's just me based off of that person's experience. And, you know, experiences may vary, but for how much money you're paying for that wheel, I couldn't take a chance, man. I would just get you a bomb-proof hub that you don't have to worry about it. I've never heard anybody complain about DT Swiss 240s. I haven't heard of people complain about DT Swiss 180s, and I haven't heard people complain about the Tactic Racing hub. So if you're going to get the wheel, go ahead, spend the money, spend it right, spend it efficiently, and get you a good hub system and call it a day. I think that's all I got for you on this one. Like I said, if you are liking the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you have questions, man, drop them in the comments, man. If it's something interesting or I got to get too long-winded to type it out, I will make a video about it and we'll talk about it here. That's all I got for you.